Um, just, I mean, we can't let ourselves get down like that. A deficit that big, and then obviously we came back and even took a lead. But from that point on, we had a bunch of defensive breakdowns and too many just dumb offensive mistakes, and can't have that if you expect to win against a good team.
What did you guys talk about at halftime? I mean, the way you came out so hot after intermission was pretty impressive considering that drought you had.
Just competing. We had to. I mean, for most, if not all, that first half, there was no competitive fire from most of us, and that's all that was said.
It's a couple of games now. Colorado State had a hard time getting started now too. Is there something you guys need to do to get going here at home?
Yeah, there's obviously something. I mean, we gotta figure out what it is to get our entire team going, to get our entire team playing hard. We just can't have silly lapses defensively and offensively with turnovers. We just gotta find a way to figure it out.
That's not two straight really tough losses with Boise State on the road. Now this Air Force is up in the air on whether that's even going to happen. What's the mental state of the team right now where those two games behind you, you don't really know what's going to be, what the next opponent is? What's that locker room like?
Well, I mean, I assume that game will end up happening. We don't know for sure, but we've lost, what, 4 in a row? 4 in a row. So Air Force is a different team. I don't think we've played a team like that this year that runs the Princeton backdoor offense. So we got to find a way to get better and prepare for that.
Yeah, it seemed like there's several guys that really were visibly tired out there. I mean, you guys got back in the game in a hurry, but you had to expend a lot of energy to get that run and get back in there. Do you think part of it was fatigue down the stretch? Not to make it kind of look for an excuse, but it just seemed like you guys were tired at the end. And your bench is short too.
Yeah, but we can't let that happen. I mean, we played. Yeah, we were tired, but we were tired while we were making that run. So I mean, you just, whether you're tired or not, you can't let that happen. I mean, you got to find a way to be tougher and just compete and let that competitive fire fuel you to be able to make plays.
You guys got the lead, you got the crowd back into it and stuff. It seemed like maybe momentum obviously was on you guys' side at that point.
Yeah, we got the lead. I think it was it Kobe hitting those free throws, and then we just had 2 silly lapses defensively, and from that point we were playing from behind again and couldn't figure it out. So just can't let that happen.
How much was their shot blocking in the first half disrupting your offense?
I think it played a factor. They probably had, 4 or 5 blocks in the first half.
4, maybe 5.
So, but, I mean, that's another thing that just comes down to got to be able to compete and figure out how to get through stuff like that. I mean, we got a lot of good looks offensively the first half, both in the paint and from the three-point line, and didn't knock them down, made some more in the second half, but can't let shot blockers like that affect us.
What was it like during that first half when you went almost 12 minutes without a field goal?
It's frustrating. I mean, it's bad when the offense isn't going well, but it's worse when you're not guarding and when you're turning the ball over. If shots aren't falling, you can live with that, but when we just have stupid turnovers like that and aren't competing defensively, it's frustrating.
So the first half was just bad. Defensively, we were just not able to communicate and get matched up on defense. They were getting too many transition points, and that gave them a pretty big lead. And we got to the locker room. We got ourselves together. I'll have to say that Kobe did a good job getting us back in, getting us together. We knew we could come back, and like what you said, just keep focus on the defensive end. And we came back in the second half, and we did an amazing job. We were getting wide open shots on offensive end. We were getting stops on the defensive end, and basically we got back in the game, and we were just not able to finish finish that, and that's something that is frustrating because we just come back from such a big difference, and we're not able to get the next defensive stop. Too many wide open layups. They had like two dunks and a open layup that should not have happened if we wanted to finish that game. And I think those breakdowns really was what did not let us win this game.
Question?
Not to look for an excuse, I asked Sam, you guys had to expend a lot of energy to get back and you're down that far. Do you feel like fatigue played a factor at the end of the game?
Coaches in the beginning before the game, they told us we're gonna get tired. We have to play tired because we know our rotation is not deep, and we just gotta play through that lack of energy that may happen in the end of the second half. So, yeah, like you said, I don't think we should use that as an excuse. We just can't. It's not gonna get any better, in my opinion.
Was there something Colorado State was doing in that first half? You guys had that spell, almost 12 minutes without a field goal. They went on that massive 20-5 run. Was there something specific about their defense that really kind of just thwarted a lot of what you guys were trying to do offensively?
Excuse me, you said Colorado State?
Or
Oh, Wyoming. Okay, yeah. Like I said, I think it was mostly the transition defense. Like we were just not getting matched up. Nobody just could get one man, and they were getting wide open shots from that. I think that was the bad part of our defensive transition.
How tough is it matchup though with that kind of length that like Dalton and Herndon have, and some of those guys that they just always have a hand on the ball or can shoot up over the top of you?
It's tough, but we gotta play through it. We had a plan for them, and we were not able to execute it in the first half, and they were just because they were not shooting over us. That's the biggest problem. They were shooting open shots, and I think that's the problem. We did not get matched up with them.
Yeah, tale of two halves. We've got into a pattern of wild inconsistency where we play really well or we play really poorly. In the first half, I thought it was a story. The first half of we really just got out-competed. They played harder. They cut harder. They moved faster. They pushed the ball harder. I mean, the message at halftime was we got to compete. There was no technical adjustments. There was nothing along those lines. It was, hey, let's try to do what we plan to do, but you got to compete, and that's the most important thing in college basketball is how hard you play. And we came out the second half, and that was the big change. More activity, more physicality inside, which we talked about at half, and we got them on their heels a little bit because we competed, we played, and the disappointing thing to me is that we got back into the game, we took the lead, and at whatever time in the game that was, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever, when we got the lead, I thought from that point on we were extremely poor on both ends of the floor. Did not execute defensively, took bad shots or missed shots offensively, and that's the frustrating thing to me, that we got all the way back. And, we've been in these situations a couple times, and we had defensive breakdowns, and we had rebounding breakdowns, and we had offensive breakdowns. And we were not good when we needed to be the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Coach, how much do you attribute that to maybe the team getting fatigued, or was it just like kind of having like that mental?
I'd say there's a lot of that, but we can't go there. We can't, and we talked about this before the game, and we talked about this yesterday. When we're tired, we can't play tired because we don't have that luxury. We do not have that luxury to be tired. We can be tired. We cannot play like we're tired. You got to gut it up to the next dead ball. You got to gut it up to the next media timeout. You got to gut it up till we can sub you, but there are not a lot of options, and we cannot go there in terms of being tired. That cannot be an excuse. That cannot be a reason. We have no options. We cannot be tired. We cannot play. We can be tired. We cannot play tired. That's just all there is to it. We don't have anywhere to turn. So if we're going to win games, we cannot play like we're tired.
When they were scoring 17 of 18 points in the first half, were they playing sharper than you expected this team could play?
They were playing as sharp as I've seen them play, and they were playing like a team that was 2-3 and going on the road and knew they had to play an extremely good game. And I thought that's exactly the mentality they had. And we provided very little resistance, to take confidence, take hope, take anything away from them. And that's what you got to do, And I thought the second half, that's what we did. We stood up, competed, we guarded our own man in space better. And because of that, we pushed the ball a little bit, got the ball on the break, and looked like us for a while. But again, I just thought there was too many possessions where we took an ill-advised shot, or we missed an easy shot, or had a couple, needless turnovers, and they were really doing nothing to force us into turning the ball over. Those were all self-inflicted by us. They do a good job of protecting the rim. They really do a good job of that with Herndon in there and Dalton, especially Herndon. But, we have to be better than that down the stretch.
So you rally back from 22 down, you get a 1-point lead, and then you had Wyoming on their heels, and then it just kind of stalled. What happened right there?
I think they grabbed a hold of it a little bit and executed offensively. And, they were running the high pick and roll with Herndon, and we had a couple breakdowns there where, we didn't guard it like we prepared to guard it. And it was a communication issue, and, we left him open, and he made us pay, which is what he does. He is a tremendous shooter. And then, we come down, offensively, and, I thought I was a little frustrated for Kobe tonight. You look at his stat sheet, and he has 3 assists, and he probably should have had about 10. The way he was making plays, passing the ball, really doing a lot of things for his teammates. We got to get to where we can do more things for him. His teammates got to make shots, make plays for him a little bit more so that he can get some easier shots. He can't always be on the ball and expect to get an easy shot. He's got to give it up, move without it, and then we have to find him like he finds his teammates. So I was a little frustrated for him because I thought he played a really, really good floor game tonight. But the period you're talking about, I just thought we were panicked on both ends, did not execute on either end at that point. And again, I know we're tired at that point, but that cannot be somewhere that we go.
Into the first half, you guys had that long stretch without a field goal, but then you went on a 5-0 run to close the first half. How important was that to really kind of building the confidence back up for the team so that they could come out?
Yeah, I thought that gave us a breath of life to where we felt like we could go into halftime and talk about, hey, we can get back into the game because of the pace they play. If we do, firm up a little bit and get some stops, we're going to have a chance. And we actually got into it quicker, than I thought we would. I mean, we basically got it down to 6 points in a heartbeat. And, I thought from that point we could win the game. And then we just had the bad stretch where, too many errors.
You mentioned Herndon, but I thought James hit some big shots. We were pretty much silent, though, at least offensively.
Yeah, we had done a good job on him. Diogo Brito started the game. Kobe got on him and did a good job on him. We turned him loose a couple times in our zone. He got the looks right from the top of the key, and he knocked him down. But the guy averages 20 points a game. He's a really good player. You can't give him those easy looks, and we did at the wrong time.
Looking forward to Wednesday, do you know anything, or what? How are you going to play this?
Yeah, we don't know anything, and so I think we're just going to proceed as though we're going to practice Monday and Tuesday and prepare to play. They're a hard team to prepare for, so you got to get your preparation in. I've been told that tomorrow they may have a resolution that would put everything back on track. I've also heard that if it's not tomorrow that it could go a while. So I would think by, the end of the day tomorrow, hopefully we would know what our schedule is.
Coach, 4-game losing streak. It's kind of, you guys were near the top of the Mountain West standings at the beginning of it, and now you're kind of below a large mass of teams there in the middle. How tough is it going to be over this second half of this conference season to be able to dig yourselves out of this hole?
Yeah, I think I look at, I don't know all the scores today, but Vegas goes to Colorado State and wins. Air Force just went to Colorado State and won. It is a topsy-turvy league. I think you're going to see teams fluctuate for the most part. Maybe not Nevada, maybe not Boise. I'm not sure on them, but Wyoming's got the talent and the experience to be right at the top of the league. I mean, that's a talented, hard-to-guard group out there. They're athletic, have size. In terms of us, we have to look at it, and it's so cliche, but one game at a time, meaning that every game can get you started on another path. And, we go to Boise and we play our tails off. And, if we make a shot down the stretch, things are totally different, but we don't. We have 2 games at home coming up. We win them both. Things are totally different. We didn't take care of business. So we're going to have other stretches to steal road games, win home games, just like everybody else. I think there's just going to be a lot of movement in the league. I don't think the bottom of the league is the bottom of the league and the top of the league is the top of the league. I just don't see it that way yet. Too many moving parts. So we can't think, even if we'd have won this game or won at Boise or won them both, all we can think about is the next 40 minutes and how we have to prepare to win that game, whether it's home or road. And then we play it, and then we see where we are. So that's the attitude that we're going to try to keep. And, the next game marks our halfway point. We have not had a bye. And so we have 2 of those coming, which we could really use. But we need to get on a 1-game winning streak.
What are you going to do to become one of those moving parts?
I think just have some more consistency. Like I said, we have been really good and we have been really bad. And we got to find our level a little bit and maybe move that level up and cut down those really bad stretches, whether it's to start the game, whether it's at home, whether it's on the road. It's kind of there's not really been a pattern to it. And, but I know we can play good, solid basketball. I've seen it, home, road. We just gotta find some consistency, and part of that is our depth, our bench. It's kind of a microcosm of our team. We're getting wildly different contributions from the bench, and it would help if we could get Alex back on Wednesday.